Oleksandr Usyk is just simply incredible. He's now a 3-time undisputed champion in 2 divisions, second time being undisputed at heavyweight. He just knocked out Daniel Dubois in the 5th round. Dubois, a guy in his prime, coming off a huge knockout win against Anthony Joshua. Then his first fight with Usyk, there was a lot of controversy about that low blow he had, knocking Usyk down. Now, I thought Usyk was going to win this fight, but I did not think he still had that knockout type of power in him, especially in the 5th round. I thought if he was going to stop Dubois, which I didn't think he was, I thought Usyk was going to win by unanimous decision pretty easily, but if he was going to stop Dubois, it was going to be in like the 10th or 11th round just off of tiring Dubois and wearing him out. But to stop him in the 5th round like that, at 38 years old, is just simply incredible. It was a pretty close fight. Dubois, put up a good fight in the beginning, got the fans off their feet, but Usyk just shut them up. But it really does bring up the question, though, for Usyk, what's next for him? He says he wants one more after this fight. I just don't know who. Alrighty, Anthony Joshua, off the table. Tyson Fury, I know Fury wants that trilogy, even though he really didn't do much to deserve it. I thought that second fight was very, very controversial, very, very close to maybe, understand why a trilogy could happen. The Dubois trilogy, not needed. Joseph Parker, I feel like, is the only reasonable fighter for Usyk to go after. And not really Usyk going after Joseph Parker because Usyk has all the belts. I think Joseph Parker deserves finally that title shot. All right, he's been getting screwed over these past 2 or 3 years. He was supposed to fight Dubois last year. Of course, Dubois backed out, got sick. I don't know if that was last year or earlier this year. I can't remember. But Joseph Parker was supposed to fight him for the IBF title, and Dubois backed out, got sick, and now Joseph Parker just keeps getting screwed. So, if Usyk was to keep fighting, get one more fight, I'd love to see Joseph Parker get that crack at it. Though I think Usyk beats Joseph Parker, most likely. But I just think a guy like Joseph Parker deserves not only a shot at one title, but a shot at the undisputed titles, which Usyk has right now. I think Usyk is unbeatable at heavyweight. I think the only person who could truly beat him, who has the abilities to beat him, is Tyson Fury. That's it. Nobody else could beat Oleksandr Usyk. But the only people who have the abilities to is Tyson Fury. Of course, Usyk beat Fury already. Usyk has the abilities to certainly beat Fury, but if anybody was to beat Usyk, it's Fury. Just have style-wise, just have size-wise, just have skill-wise. Nobody else can beat Usyk. So that's why earlier in the week when I made my predictions video, I really was saying that he should just retire after. He has nothing else to prove. All right, nothing else to prove. He's just now putting a lot more risk on the table, putting his health more on the table at this older age for a little reward. All right, because the heavyweight division isn't that stacked right now. A lot of the good guys are coming up still. They're young. They're not good enough yet for Usyk. All the guys who are supposed to be contenders, Usyk just levels above. We clearly see that in all of his fights. We clearly see that with just his skill that he has. So I honestly still think that he should retire, but if he really wants one more shot, just give Joseph Parker the shot at the title. I think he deserves it the most. Even though I think Usyk still beats Parker, I think that'd be a good way for Usyk to go out. And then, of course, the trilogy with Fury, I won't mind it because I'm a big Tyson Fury fan and I love their first 2 fights, obviously. That was an incredible fight. Fury versus Usyk won. And their second fight was a good chess match as well. So I wouldn't hate a trilogy, but I don't think it's really should be on top of Usyk's agenda, and I don't blame Usyk for not wanting to give Fury a trilogy. And last thing I'll say is we really got to start talking about where Usyk lines up on the heavyweight GOAT conversation. Certainly in the top 10 now. I had him around 11, 12, but I think he cracks that top 10. You see, the number 10 spot heavyweight could be anybody. It could be Vladimir Klitschko. It could be Rocky Marciano. Could be Riddick Bowe. That number 10 spot was tough. I think Usyk definitely gets that 10 spot. Now you could even argue that he's 9 or 8. All right, being a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion is just ridiculous. The main reason why you could leave him out of the top 10 is because, the competition around this time now isn't the best. And that makes a lot of sense. Okay, but I think with the way he won, all right, if it was a unanimous decision victory, then I could say, no, he's definitely not top 10. But the way he won, a prime Dubois, knocked him out in the 5th round at 38 years old, Usyk is, to win like that, being a 2-time undisputed champion, I think it's fair to give him a top 10 nod. 100%. A top 10 heavyweight of all time. If he beats Joseph Parker, if he fights Joseph Parker or fights Usyk, if he fights Tyson Fury again, if he fights one more time and wins, then we could definitely put him in the top 8 conversation. Next, every time he fights, he really just bumping himself up each time. He keeps getting older, but once again, he's undisputed. It's not like he just has one belt, right? He's the undisputed champ. He has all the belts. Absolutely incredible. Let me know what you guys think down below. What Usyk should do next, and is he a top 10 heavyweight of all time? I'm out, guys. Peace.